Are today. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. I wanted to do the stream like Friday, then I delayed to yesterday, but we ended up doing today. No one's around. While I wait for people to come around, I will let you know about the topics of today's live stream. So we can talk about Valentine's Day, and even though some other YouTubers have done some tapping on Valentine's Day related topics, we can do that here too. Uh, and I can also talk about a topic, or more specifically, a book that I. Hold on, I'm not properly dressed, so to speak. Gotta plug the buttons. And I want to also talk about a certain book I want to read. My backlog of stuff to do is too large, so I gotta start chipping away some of them. Uh, I started I started working in a job again this past November, so my routine has been altered. Some things I like to focus on health, on all aspects of health. Uh, so I want to get back on track on everything because life isn't a sprint; it's a marathon, and I gotta live like that. And I believe everyone should too. So I can also share the link of the book. I have it somewhere here in my Discord server. If you want to join my Discord server also, even though it isn't a public Discord, so to speak, it's more of a friend's Discord. I have like a huge library of stuff I put there over time. I gotta organize that a little bit more. Um, Considering there's a viewer here, please let me know if you can hear me clearly. I'm not talking very loud because there's people starting to sleep in the room next to me. Um, so as I was saying, I have a Discord server with lots of information I have learned throughout the years from sources like Eric Berg, Teal Swan, from every single topic. So it's quite useful, and there are things that resonate more now, others that resonate less. So yeah, we keep learning and improving, and we, we gotta live accordingly to what we defend, where we stand for. I'm trying to find the book. It's somewhere on my Discord, a PDF. Meanwhile, as you join the stream, you can ask me any questions. Uh, Again, this channel is mostly about astrology, EFT tapping. So if you want to talk about transits, about about anything you want to tap on, this stream is also considering yesterday was Valentine's Day. If you have certain negative feelings related to Valentine's Day, you can ask me to tap on that. Uh, it's your choice. Let's see, where is the book? I have it here. I remember I put on my Discord. I want to show you. Okay, I think it's here. No, I had created a. I have to. My phone is too dark. With these glasses, it's I struggle to read. Where I put the book. Hmm. But I had found a PDF somewhere. Maybe I didn't save the link back then. But yeah, like there are many ways. Most people just eat wherever they are used to it. Convenience eating. I don't think that's the best way to do things. Of course, every single person has their own goals, um, and their goals should also ensure that not only their personal goals are accomplished on the isn't sacrificed by your goals. Of course, that sometimes your goals may be uh, larger than life goals. Um, some parts of life you end up sacrificing something, even if it's just your time. But you do your best. Try your best to ensure the important things don't fall apart, because if you end up not being well, then anyone else won't be because of you. You must ensure that you are in top shape so that everything and everyone evolves around you because of you, I mean. So, okay, I think I found the PDF. Let's see. So, yeah, when it comes to food, there are many diets. There's the Mediterranean diet, there is the paleo diet, there's the primal carnivore diet, uh, pescatarian diet, vegetarian, vegan. There are lots of them. Uh, certain people do them because of ethical reasons. It comes to mind the Essene diet, which is a more spiritual diet, so to speak. And yeah, you can realize that if you look at the core of things, food starts by light, and that's the book I'm about to share. I found a link here. It wasn't that hard to find. The book I'm about to share is Jack Cruise's work. Um, he focused his work on light, and he developed a light called epi-paleo, uh, epi-paleo, whatever. Uh, his book is called epi-paleo RX. RX means like prescription. So uh, to to heal yourself and function more, especially on a brain level, to have your brain work better. Uh, he recommends a specific way of eating that focus on local and seasonal foods, because if you think about it, um, the environment in where you live determines what grows and which animals show up there. And your body is smart, and depending on the light environment. Oh, great! I'm hearing myself twice. And depending on the light environment, you will end up getting certain things growing there, certain animals living there, and that it's like you have a 3D printer, and the 3D printer is printing in a specific way on a specific coordinate in the map in where it is. So it's the same. The sun is printing, so to speak, food there, and it changes depending on the place in the latitude. So to avoid getting mixed signals from foods that are from the other side of the world, you should eat locally and seasonally so that your body can process the signals properly and digest the foods better, because certain nutrients are better if you consume them. It's not necessarily the nutrients. Um, how do I explain? Yeah, for example, in harsh winters. Yeah, let's talk about extreme scenarios. In harsh winters, nothing grows, and therefore, what is there available to eat? There are animal foods, fish, and land animals. That means fat and protein, and that's good for store to gain weight because they are uh, usually dense foods. And during the summer, there's also bees harvesting honey, and the bears in the autumn they eat lots of honey, and then they go hibernate and they chill out there. They gain weight, and in the winter they hide and they sleep a lot so that they can come out again in the spring, summer. Meanwhile, I'm typing about the link I just posted a few minutes ago. Meanwhile, I can open the book and I can talk about certain parts of it that I deem important. Okay, I'm tweaking something here in the title. The title was too generic. Okay, my screen is a bit too. Okay, so I have my phone here, and I can talk a little bit about the book as I go. I am planning to make this stream last for like 30 minutes more. It's almost midnight here, so uh, 10 minutes before midnight, I check out. So yeah, you can open the book as well. I can lower this a little bit. So yeah, Jack Cruz is like a very smart individual. He doesn't look very healthy. Uh, he used to be, or I think he still is. I'm not sure. I think he isn't anymore. A neurosurgeon uh, who who did such complex surgeries, and yeah, I'm sure that uh, not only the fact that he was cancelled by people who weren't ahead, who weren't as ahead of his time as he was back then, and he got lots of anger from that. He feels like a grumpy man, and that plus him working under lots of blue light night and day, that probably made him look unhealthy. But he seems to still have, even in an old age, he still has a functional, a very smart, very high IQ. So yeah, even if he doesn't look like that, he behaves like that and he's smart. So yeah, his work is worth checking out. He also has a website uh, where where you can check out certain protocols, such as the leptin RX for obese people and skinny dudes like me. Sometimes to go to advanced stages, we forget the ancient times. We forget what worked since the beginning, and to get back on track, we gotta implement those things again. We make night look like day, and we can make day look like night. So that can confuse the photoreceptors of light in the body and make the body work uh, in different schedules, like jet lag. Meanwhile, I'm throughout the pages to see if there's some more information. Okay, I'm spotting here something interesting in the intro. In like, if you want to open that in that link, it's like page 10. It says that the top 10 causes of death in the United States. Not that I am there, but whatever. And I don't know when was that. Probably says somewhere before, but doesn't matter. This is worth discussing. The top 10 causes of death in the United States of America. Not sure which year. Number one is heart disease. Number two is technically it's a taboo word for YouTube, I guess. That's the C word. That is also a sign in astrology, the sign of the crab. You know what I mean? Number three is stroke, then respiratory disorders, then accidents, diabetes. Number six, seven is Alzheimer's, eight influenza pneumonia, nine kidney failure, 10 blood poisoning. So the clear number one and two are the C word, the one that matches the same sign as astrology, and heart disease. And without going too taboo on that, I don't want my channel to get shut down. uh, you can realize that when it comes to heart illnesses, like the mind follows the body and the body follows the mind. So, in a world that doesn't know how to handle emotions, um, of course, it's easy to get heart related illnesses. People say that, and oh, disclaimer by the way, I am not a medical professional, so this is just speculation and all that stuff. And take anything I say. Do not take it seriously. You get the point. So people with heart disease tend to uh, that can happen on a physical level or on an emotional level because the mind follows the body and the body follows the mind. And considering we live in a world where people fail to follow their dreams, in a sense, where there's so much dysfunction, so much trauma, of course, people get heartbroken and then they lash out at each other. They don't live optimally. They spend their lives on survival mode, and uh, and that sucks. And over time, because they don't know how to manage emotions, they repress them, even starting at a young age, and the consequences are shown in these statistics. And then there is the C word. Um, excuse me. The C word can also, in my perspective, take it with a grain of salt, whatever. In my perspective, that also is related to a similar concept. Um, it can be from emotional cases, hence why it may affect different body parts and in different ways. There's so much pollution in the world, uh, and emotions they make it hard for the body to process what we eat, how we release toxins, like resistance even. Everything is connected, and if you don't realize that, um, then look at potentially scenarios in your life, people you may know. I hope I hope you don't, so to speak, because it will suck. It's a hard thing to deal with, even if not only for the individual itself, but for those close to them. I wish healing for them, but yeah, if you could dig out the root cause, it will either be in a physical way or in physical in the sense that physical neglect, like eating stuff, having a lifestyle that doesn't align with health. And people, of course, they may be born um, under certain disadvantages, but that doesn't exclude the fact that um, it can be from something that started even before they were born. Maybe the parents were fragile when it comes to health, and the kid the baby was born prone to such illnesses. It happens, and it sucks, but that's why we must be responsible with our own well-being, with your our health, because you never know what comes next. So yeah, if you think about it, the C word relates to things that grow in an uncontrolled way that corrupt your body. That's like things that seems to be stuck, that wants to come out, but ends up coming out in the hard way. And if you think about emotions, if you look at emotions like that, you will realize that it works the same way. When you have, for example, repressed anger, in the end it will blow up on someone or in yourself. Think about it. Things in things are very complicated when it comes to health around the world. There's always something. Like, I read excellent books, excellent health's book, the what's it called, the 10 health commandments. He wrote a health checklist in the end with like 17 health uh, 17 different health topics. And if you look at the world right now, you can see that in some way, shape, or form, all those 17 health topics in that checklist on a mainstream level, they aren't optimized at all. So it is our job to find a better way to do things and to be better, because if we allow ourselves to be passive, we won't be very successful in the long run. Maybe in some cases on the short run. And if you were born with already in a disadvantage, with health, with a fragile health, or with potential to for things to go downhill, you gotta increase that responsibility, and it's harder uh, in the long term to recover if you allow yourself to be sloppy in the beginning. The earlier you start, the better. So yeah, I'm looking at the first pages of the book. He basically writes his story, talks about his story, things that happened in his life, about Jack Cruz's epi-paleo. Let me just see if there's someone texting me. If you watch this stream afterwards, uh, after it's finished, you can also leave comments in the comment section. Uh, I mean, I didn't mean to say the word comments. I mean like questions, suggestions, whatever. Yeah, I'm reading a part here in the Jack Cruz's book. Uh, he says he has a morning ritual of waiting for the sunrise and thinking of three new ways to improve himself. That's cool. Well, let's talk a little bit about the sunrise and sunset. So, sunrise and sunset, they are like the alarm clocks of nature to make sure your body is working in the proper gear. It's like turning on the car when you want to use your car and drive somewhere, and then when you stop using your car, it's the sunset, and you gotta look at the sun in those periods of time. Not necessarily look directly, depends on how strong the sun is. I mean, look a little bit sideways from the sun, because if you look directly, maybe your eyes will be damaged. You gotta be careful. It's good for the sunlight to enter your eyes directly, but if you stare directly, it may be trouble. Do it at your own risk, but don't fear the sun. The sun is cool. Without sun, there won't be any life on Earth. So everything with balance. And you reach half an hour of stream. Everything's sleeping. Yeah, the first chapter didn't say much. You can also share out of curiosity, how do you eat daily? Is there any diet you follow? Or do you just eat whatever you buy? You have a budget, you go to the supermarket, you eat what makes your taste buds happy, and that's it. Mm. He says here, about the epi-paleo RX, if you spend 250k dollars on a Rolls Royce, would you put cheap gas in it? Cheap gas could be like junk food, considering you're the Rolls Royce. You're way more expensive than a Rolls Royce. You are worth infinite, infinite thousands of dollars. You're timeless. You're priceless. And basically, Jack Roos said that analogy of the 250k Rolls Royce put cheap gas on it because it's the same way with our bodies. Are we going to put junk food in our bodies? Things that aren't optimal for your health? Of course not. Ideally, you don't want to do that, but you may start doing that out of emotional eating, for example. Excuse me. So he believes the epi-paleo diet is the best fuel in the market for our bodies, and that's what we should eat. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm going to stream for 10 more minutes. There's no one watching anyway. I see someone pop up once in a while. That's fine. I think the red light scares people. Maybe I should change this channel to red light tapping like I did on Twitch. But not today. I just want to stream and see how it goes. Yeah, let me read this. Hold on. Yeah, why do we expect optimal health when we eat a diet filled with processed and man-made foods? Correct. Again, that reminds me of, for example, in my case, because I'm training to be a wrestler, I have to gain like 5 or 10 kilos, ideally 10, and my teacher uh, talked to me about a vegan meal gainer, like powdered things. Uh, but I checked the ingredients and it has stuff like maltodextrin, which I don't see that as healthy. So I checked some more vegan meal gainers, and they were very expensive. So it's hard to balance things out. And is it worth it to what's worth more? To gain weight and reach the goal, or to sacrifice the goal or win the hard way and maintain health the best way possible? Decisions. Yeah, he also says we live under artificial lights when it should be dark, and we read books at night LED screens that shoot signals to our retinas that the sun just rose and it's time to wake up and get going. Yeah, in my room, as you can see, a red LED light. It should be incandescent, but whatever. Back then, it's what I bought, so it's all good. I wanted to put red LEDs throughout the whole house, but parents don't let me. I only have that here, unfortunately, and my computer is red too. Sorry again. Computer is red too. I installed Twilight recently. I used to use Flux, but I read Twilight is Jack Cruz's favorite red blue light filter because it helps with flicker. The sun doesn't really flicker, I guess. Maybe I guess the flickers of the sun are just the solar flares and all that stuff. I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't think that when it comes to the sun, that's a problem. It's a problem. Ooh, battery saver, okay. Uh, it's a problem when it comes to artificial blue light, flickering all the time. Maybe that's why epilepsy exists. The flickering lights. Think about it. How much more battery do I have on my laptop? Still can stream until the end. The end is coming near. Might as well finish this with some tapping. Interesting quote in here. I failed for years to account for this biological incongruence, the artificial light, working under artificial light, in myself and in my patients. The inspiration for this book comes from the regret I feel for failing my patients before this transforming insight, thanks to having been lost in the conventional mindset. Yeah, like I said earlier, if you follow conventions, you're screwed because they aren't optimal at all, and lots of people will resist certain ideas because they aren't used to that, and they may cost ching ching bling bling. Although some like going to the outside a little more sunlight and all that stuff, that is free, but the conditions don't allow that. Uh, yeah, he also talks about blasting music into our ears, priming us to run from a pride of big cats. What? I'm not sure exactly what that sentence means. I guess uh, it's about we hear the sounds coming from far away places and we plug them right into our ears. One thing that I don't really like at all are AirPods. So, because they emit lots of EMF near the brain and that's harmful. So, I want everything wired when it comes to hearing sounds. And you can use your phone also to make phone calls, put it on speaker mode. It's the best way to do things when it comes to these matters. It also says here people in Canada can now enjoy a banana in the dead of winter. Yeah, like here, bananas from Costa Rica, and I'm in the corner of Europe, lovely Portugal. Where else? Hmm. All living beings, another quote, all living beings have an owner's manual that is not any medical textbook, but it is hardwired in their DNA by evolution. Yeah, we are wired to live in a certain way, and even though we can adapt and make things different, in the end, it isn't the optimal thing because it isn't putting the correct gas in our car. Hmm? Yeah, now there's another section where he talks bad mouths traditional medicine. Yeah, he's a very smart dude. We all have our own skills. You better find them and make them be useful to the world. You're here for something. You're not here to just be someone else's number. You're here to be a number that everyone remembers. Yeah, technically, I have checked out uh, I have. I didn't read the whole book, but I have checked out the epi-paleo RX diet. I have some notes here. Maybe I should skip it. Maybe I'll end the stream with telling the rundown of the diet, the epi-paleo diet, and then do some tapping and we go home. I'm already at home, but you get the point. I am here reading this, but I needed some water, and I my cup is empty. Ah, no, it's not. I still have a bit. You can't even see it. Yeah, saving the last bit for the EFT part of the stream because that's the goal of this channel to do some EFT. But doing EFT on what? Hmm. Meanwhile, in 2 days we got the carnival. We already got some places celebrating, like Brazil, as usual. I'm already dressed right now uh, as someone who will show up in my company's contest of best costume. This is my wrestling gear, literally. The glasses, the jacket, the pendulum is missing. It's not here with me right now. It's somewhere around here, but I'm in this room. But yeah, this is 2/3 of my outfit. Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave. I read chapter one, not read, but I scrolled enough to see the bigger picture. Now I must sum up what the paleo diet is. Of course, that if some nutrient uh, is missing for you and you can't find it locally, or maybe find it in very low amounts and you really need it, of course, you'll search far away. Uh, somewhere in some Jacques Cruz protocol, he recommended a raw cheese from France. Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not remember why. I think it's because of fat, and raw cheese uh, is dairy, of course. And he said France because France and some other country I forgot has A2 milk cows. A2 milk isn't inflammatory. A1 milk is. That's the difference because of a certain protein that can cause inflammation and all that stuff that is in the A1 milk. You go research about it. So yeah, I wrote a few notes here about that. Yeah, I summed this up very well. I should follow it more strictly. I don't, unfortunately. My wallet also complains a little bit about that. Not that it should be hard for me to follow this, but because I tend to save time and go to the supermarket nearby, I try to buy if I try to buy as locally as possible. Uh, I don't think I'll end up using my budget the way I wanted to, the best way to cover a full week because I buy everything for 1 week so that I don't go there all the time. So yeah, epi-paleo RX, the pointers. Eat according to circadian cycles and seasonality. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Uh, it says circadian cycles because uh, we should eat when the sun is up, which means that we should eat after sunrise and finish before sunset. Although he has some protocol, maybe it's Latin RX, where he says uh, in the winter avoid eating after 7 p.m. and in summer after 8 p.m. He doesn't refer the 8 p.m. part in the Leptin RX protocol, but I saw it somewhere else in the forum. Uh, but yeah, it makes sense because in the winter, no, actually, what I was going to say is wrong. Uh, I was going to say that 7 p.m. is like the halfway hour between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m., which is the earliest sunset, 5 p.m. in the winter, and the latest sunset, 9 p.m. in the summer. But yeah, it has nothing to do with that, whatever. um, he also said that he says that we should eat 4 to 5 hours before bed. So I guess it's fine to go to bed before midnight, before or at midnight, right? Because it covers those 4 or 5 hours. If you finish eating at 7 p.m., midnight is fine, or 8 p.m., and then you wake up at like 8 p.m. The sun is starting to rise, and then you can watch the sunrise. Unfortunately, it's been cloudy lately here, so it sucks in that regard. Ooh, nice. I got 2 viewers right now. Hello there. Of course, I remember you. Good to see you here. Nice. Today I'm covering I'm talking about Jack Cruz's book, Epi-Paleo RX. I was starting to talk about his diet style because I wrote down the um, the pointers to sum up his diet teachings in short so that it's easier to follow. Um, so yeah, I started with the first one, eating according to circadian cycles. No, I'm not in the primal diet right now, although I tried a little bit of that, and I still eat the Agenus nut formula. But I'm going to shift things around a little bit and focus more on the Epi Paleo RX diet from Jack Cruz, which focuses on seafood because of the DHA, the omega 3s from the fish, and oysters and all that stuff, the iodine. How about you? You can write in the chat if you are in the primal diet as well. I am curious now. Um, I also tell you that I want no, nothing is wrong with the primal diet. I just figured out that um, at least at the moment, the isn't what's the best diet for me because uh, I used to try the uh, years ago to eat raw meat, but I would not digest it very well. So I digest better fish, uh, and I even used astrology for this. I asked Gemini at work. I put my astrology data there, and it says that my body tends to be very drying, which is true. I tend to be thirsty. Actually, I'm gonna drink water. I tend to dry out a lot, so it recommended me to eat moisturized foods like um, foods that are wet or greasy, so that my body gets hydrated and lubrified, so that things work properly. I know, yeah, I had the same issue as you. I wanted to be on the primal diet a few years ago as well, but my parents have lots of resistance, and then you get stressed if they see you. It's not a trade worth doing, to be fair, unless you can try doing EFT to clear that those feelings, um, but it will take lots of patience in your part uh, to ensure that you get to a super duper neutral standpoint and that their reaction won't bother you. Um, Maybe in the sense you can try ask Gemini the same way I did. You can write down your yeah EFT. We'll do one EFT when you close the stream. You can. I suggest. Right. It's fine. Um, as I was saying, we can not we you you can input your birth date, your birth location, and your birth time in Gemini, and ask your digestive weaknesses and what would your ideal diet be, and also tell you the diet you wanted to follow. You know, so for me it gave a nice output, but you gotta write things in a way that makes you got to ask first Gemini if I input my astrological information in here, can you please tell me what will the best diet be for me? Because if you write things in one message right away, it may say something like, "Oh, I can't make those calculations. I refuse to do so." Because I did that once and it gave me that message. So I can't uh, just ask right away. I got to start slowly building some rapport with Google Gemini, and then it will work. um, so to sum up the epi-paleo RX, as I was saying, it says here eating according to circadian cycles, which means when the sun is in the sky, and seasonally. Eating high quality proteins. This matches the same as the primal diet. Uh, and it also says here to eat high quality fats according to season. So, like during fall and winter, you focus more on animal fat, like dairy, fat from animals, such as duck fat. And during summer, you can focus on coconut oil, uh, olive oil, but still also have some emphasis on animal fats. Uh, Damn it, the phone keeps going dark. It also suggests here to consume broths. To perhaps it's because of the collagen to do some maintenance in the gut lining. Uh, it says here to consume fermented vegetables and or probiotics again for the gut, to avoid grains. It's a very primal thing to do, primal diet thing to do. Okay. I talked about earlier about the dairy, the A1 milk and the A2 milk. It says here avoid dairy except French and New Zealand dairy. So yeah, I referred the raw cheese from France example earlier, and there you go. Raw France and New Zealand, that's the best dairy. I don't know if that has changed, but I think, for my experience, at least when it comes to France, because France is nearby, um, it's a good pick. I like dairy from France. uh, yes, I think sidereal and Vedic astrology are the same thing. I'm not sure really. I'm more focused on the sidereal word, uh, but I think so. But yeah, I can't say 100% for sure. For me, sidereal is sidereal. That's it. Um, so to finish this part of the epi-paleo diet, avoid uh, ah if you have high inflammation and low vitamin D levels, avoid tomatoes, regular potatoes, sweet potatoes. Oh, I can't digest them well if I eat meat with them because it's a starchy food with protein food, animal protein. Those two don't go along according to food combinations. Uh, Bell peppers are also things to avoid, and cucumber. Also, it says here to avoid out of season fruits, to limit fowl, and to eat sea vegetables with non sea protein uh, or non sea fat. So, if you eat land animals' meat, uh, eat some seaweed, for example. So, yeah, basically, that's it for the epi-paleo diet. Uh, so, considering I'm going to do one tap today. The first person to tell me a topic about tapping, and I suggest something related to Valentine's Day, considering it was yesterday. If you have some uh, negative feeling about Valentine's Day, write in the chat, and we can tap on that. Things are fresh. For me, I wrote this on my Instagram. Wrestling is my Valentine because that's what I did yesterday. I went to train wrestling, and it was a nice training. But no girl, no party. I will wait a few minutes. Oh, I didn't even notice. We are almost reaching an hour of stream. When we reach the 1 hour mark, if there's no suggestions of tapping in the chat, I will tap on whatever comes to mind. I have something in mind already. Anxiety. Do you want to target anxiety related to? I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but do you want to target anxieties related on the something related to the opposite sex? Just a suggestion. If you want to be more specific, that's fine. If not, I can go on anxiety in general. And I remember your time zone is the same as mine. All right, you're a Chad, a Giga Chad man. Yes. Only Giga Chads work on their emotions. That's what we do here. Okay. All right. Let's do anxiety. I'll do it. Shed light. What do you mean, shed light? You don't feel as Chad as usual? Is that it? Meanwhile, to remember the rules of EFT, the rules, so to speak. Uh, you're young. Okay, so it's cool that 17. Oh, you're almost half my age. I'm 30. All right, very cool. And it's nice that you are starting to focus on diet, on EFT. You haven't started yet, like yourself, only in these streams so far for you. But it's really cool that you are starting so young because you can build things uh, on a earlier stage, and when you reach my age, we never know where you'll be. So yeah, you keep it up. I like it. I like where things are going for you. Keep the hype going. And not that you asked for this, I'm going to give one advice. But um, I remember when I was 17, uh, I wasn't exactly sure about what to do in life. Uh, I ended up in mechanical engineering in university, but I chose that because I was just kind of good at those kinds of subjects at school. Uh, but in the end, when the opportunity arose to work on that field, I ended up not feeling it. If it was today, I would choose like psychology, for example. It resonates way more because you never know what you will experience in a job. Only when you do it, you will know. And between the now and the then and the now, uh, you will everyone who during those periods of time will go under certain shifts will start knowing more about themselves. It was the case for me, for sure. And yeah, things became more clear for me about what I wanted. Yeah. um, Try to understand like on the practical level how the hmm, understand how what's the daily life of those people. uh, See everything that matters to you, either being health, lifestyle, uh, whatever. See how those fields clash with your beliefs and with your passions. Passion is very important because uh, you want to do something that makes you truly fulfilled. And engineering for me, no. It's a no for me. I prefer way more to do EFT and excuse me. I prefer way more to do EFT and astrology for a living. And even though I'm not exactly doing so right now, I'm in like a part-time job. That will be my future, and the future will be now. Yeah. With that being said, we can start tapping. And yeah, anxiety. Let's choose anxiety on woman. Uh, yeah, I don't know if you have fears regarding women or not, but yeah, let's do this. Anxiety on woman, on talking to woman. Actually, I'm a bit split. I can. do anxiety in general and throw something about that there. Yeah, that seems to be the best way. All right. So, side of the hand, right here, you can start tapping with me. Allow any situation that gave you anxiety lately. Allow it to bubble up. Rate it from 1 to 10, being 10, lots of anxiety, and 1, a little anxiety. And sometimes anxiety, okay, anxiety in general. And even when people being lots of time in the computer and all that stuff, excuse me, the EMFs, influence, and all that stuff that creates anxiety. So it's good to chip that away daily. So yeah, from 1 to 10, being 10, lots of anxiety. Okay, 9, that's quite high. All right, let's put that number down so that we go to bed to sleep and sleep, have a nice sleep, relax with relaxation. Okay, so with that feeling in mind, repeat and tap as I go. Even though I feel this anxiety in my body and mind, I don't like it. I am not sure where it came from, but that's okay. I fully and deeply love and accept myself. Even though this anxiety is really strong, I feel a bit overwhelmed. I don't know where it came from, but I choose to love and honor myself anyway. Even though this anxiety is so strong, maybe I try to resist that anxiety, but it's okay to feel this way. I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Now, here, in the eyebrow, above the nose, all this anxiety. Now, in the side of the eye, this anxiety in my body and in my mind. Now, below the eye, where the bone sticks out, it's been a long day. Oops. Below the nose, lots of things happen throughout the day. Now, in the chin, maybe my body is overwhelmed with anxiety. Now, in the chest, you can tap out with both hands or just one. Maybe my anxiety is also someone else's anxiety. Now, the side of the ribs. Ooh, this jacket sucks to tap there. Maybe not only I deal with my anxiety, My anxiety is hard enough by itself, on top of the head, spread your fingers. Absorbing other people's anxieties would make it far much worse. Now, get up with both hands for a stronger effect. All of this anxiety is really overwhelming. Below the eye, I want it to go away. Below the nose, every day is the same thing. Chin, I wake up and then as I go out of bed, or as I go throughout the day, the anxiety inevitably knocks on my door. On your chest, and finds a way within me. Side of the ribs. Maybe it's trying to protect me from something. Top of the head. Maybe it's trying to warn me from something. Above the eye. Maybe this anxiety wants me to slow down. Maybe my energy reservoirs are too full. Below the eye. Maybe I don't find an outlet to release all this energy within me. Below the nose. But that's okay. I choose to accept how I feel. In the chin. And if there's a part of me that doesn't want to accept this anxiety, that's okay. I accept that part of myself too. And your chest. Maybe some person gave me this anxiety by accident. Below the ribs, on the side of the ribs, I mean. Maybe I'm so good, or rather, I can be so good at dealing with anxiety that I absorb other people's anxieties. Top of the head. Because deep down, they know I can tap them away from me. Now here, I thank my body and my mind for working so hard, even with this anxiety. in the side. But now it's time to let these feelings go. Below the eye. It's safe to let this anxiety go from my body and from my mind. And if there's a part of me that doesn't want to let these feelings go, that's okay. I accept that part of myself too. With each exhale, I release this anxiety from my body and from my mind. The chest, clearing this anxiety from a cellular level. On the side of the ribs. With each inhale, I breathe in relaxation and allow my body and mind to relax. Top of the head, I release and let go. And I fully and deeply love and honor myself. And forgive those who might have contributed to this feeling. Now you can release the tap, take a deep breath, have a sip of water if you have, and release. Check in with yourself, see how you feel. My battery in the computer is about to run low. I went a bit over time, really, but that's fine. Um, so yeah, write in the chat the number from 1 to 10, how better you feel right now, and yeah, for today, yeah, nice, that's good. I also feel better by doing this. I've done like an hour of tapping, maybe not an hour, maybe like 30 or 45 minutes earlier today. I went through some YouTube channels, Brad Yates and Michael F. Harrington. Those I've mentioned the other day. Okay, 7 is definitely lower, so it's good. So yeah, today's stream is done. My computer is. How frequent you should do this? I recommend you do this at least 15 minutes per day for maintenance, um, because you want to every day. Yeah. Um, because you want your body to stay your body and your mind to stay in a baseline where you feel calmer and the effects stack as you go. um, you can pick up like a day of a certain week or of a certain month for you to do it for longer to get a major release. You can write down like things that piss you off or any other emotion that you feel more intensely usually, and you can go throughout tap like 2 rounds for each topic, like going through the sequence 2 times for each and then move on to the next one, and in like 30-60 minutes you will feel like in cloud nine. uh, you can also use like Chinese medicine to see if you feel any physical symptom of some sort. See if you can find links through Chinese medicine about a certain emotion that might be tied to that specific symptom you feel. For example, if you have, for example, liver issues, uh, anger is stored in the liver according to Chinese medicine. So you can target Vedic ones. Um, Yeah, like I'm not sure how to answer that. Um, ah, well, Ayurveda is a good thing to explore as well. You can use either, like it's fine. Just go for it. Pick what resonates the most, and you'll find some interesting links. Yeah, yeah, it will definitely be helpful. Like, pick what resonates the most. You are at the stage of life where you explore things, so just be open to search and see and find what fits you. That's my recommendation. And my computer is about to crash down. Um, yeah, I have to end the stream before it goes. it's it's at 8%. That will go to a when it goes to like 6, it will go down, whatever. So yeah, it was a nice stream. I'm happy you were here. Um, so maybe next Friday I'll stream again. And yeah, have a good night. Tap away all the negativity in your life. Yeah, like I'm planning on Friday, but I can't be sure. Um, we'll see. Life can give some twists, but I'll try to make it a regular thing. So yeah, I'll aim Friday night. uh, from the time I started this one, a bit earlier maybe. That's my that's what I aim for. So au revoir. Have a good week.